Hey guys, welcome back to the Notepad Show. I'm Lex, this is Todd. Yes, I'm wearing douchebag sunglasses inside. A few of y'all know me personally. I think anyone who wears sunglasses inside is a total douchebag. Y'all know this from my years working at Starbucks. Anyone in line on their phone wearing sunglasses instantly got a cold drink or whatever, decaf coffee. I'm not feeling well today, so light's kind of hurting my eyes, so I'm wearing sunglasses. Y'all can suck it. I don't care. It hurts my eyes. But today we're going to talk about...
Way to alienate the audience right there, just telling them all to suck it. And apparently the whole internet knows who you are.
I said some of y'all watching.
Yeah, like the 5 people that know us who we are. The rest of the subscribers are people we don't know. But we got our friends and family to subscribe, but that's only like 5 people.
Anyway, so today we're going to talk about Top Gear and why they suck still. Top Gear sucks still. They showed up in the Facebook trending topics recently. Apparently, rumor has it that Matt LeBlanc went to BBC and said, "Hey, if you don't fire Chris Evans, I'm out." Which
we hope that will happen.
Dude.
It is all conjecture. It's all rumor, but. Chris Evans is a f***ing Ginger Pratt prick whose face I want to in the head. I just punch his face in.
The Notepad Show does not think anything less of gingers.
No, it's
throwing
just
that out there.
Just that Chris Evans.
I actually kind of have a thing for gingers.
And you know, I'm sugarcoating it a little bit here, but because if I really wanted to say what I would say, the whole thing would be bleeped. Anyway, he is horrible. We gave him a shot in our last episode. We said, "Yeah, it's the first episode of the season. Let's give it a shot. We can't condemn the guy right away." And now we can officially say he is really and this is in all seriousness, he is a downer to a show. This show has completely disappointed millions upon millions of people. It is losing the BBC revenue.
He needs to get the out. He needs to GTFO.
Yep, I don't care what the his contract is.
Buy it out.
Buy it out. Get him the out of that show.
Buy it out. Find someone else. Yeah, we called it last episode. Ken Block showed up in an episode. He was great. Even if it was a small segment, he was only driving. It was a great segment. Matt LeBlanc and him.
I will disagree with you completely on Ken Block. Ken Block would be an absolute disaster, as bad as Chris Evans.
You think?
Yes.
Wow.
Have you ever watched him? He's not charismatic in any way, shape, or form.
So who should be on Top Gear?
It should be Matt LeBlanc and Chris Harris. That's it.
But what about not a third?
If the third, Rory Reid.
I don't know about Rory Reid. After that whole Ford Focus thing.
All right, if you have to do a third. I won't even say like a guy like Jay Leno. I don't think it is an American. Some of our commenters have mentioned Rowan Atkinson.
Rowan Atkinson, yes.
Okay, he is a car guy. He's a guy who can't. Apparently, he can't drive F1 McLarens because he's wrecked a couple.
A couple? I thought it was just one.
No, I think it was.
He wrecked 2.
I think it was 2. I think it was 2, but I'm not quite sure on that. So don't quote me. But that. By the way, that wreck that he made, I think is in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most money spent on repair of a car.
Oh, he fixed it up.
Yeah, he fixed it, and it cost him like
Well, that's good.
Like $2 million to fix the F1 that he destroyed.
How much is it to just have one in the first place?
About 11 now. They're about 11. They're 8 to 11 million for an F1.
Dude, you could buy a few Koenigseggs for that.
Yeah, you could.
Dude,
you could.
Rowan Atkinson, I think, would be great. I think he'd bring that kind of the humor that you want on Top Gear.
Yeah.
Not the.
I'll be honest. I know he was a star in a reasonably priced car a couple seasons, ago in Top Gear. But I don't remember what he sounded like. I only know him from the Mr. Bean voice, and he's very mild-mannered and very mumbly. And
I think I remember that episode. I think he was for the most part pretty, regular.
Quick-witted and...
Yeah, funny, but just like on a personal level.
I think to balance it out, I think it definitely has to be two British guys and then Matt LeBlanc. If Matt LeBlanc is the American guy, or have an American, an English, and maybe an Australian, or
Crikey.
I don't think Top Gear can be two Americans and an English guy. I don't think that works.
I think Top Gear can be any three guys who know cars, who can banter well, and make...
So it can't be a woman?
It could be a woman. It could be Sabine.
Or Danica Patrick?
Danica Patrick, even though she hasn't done much. I mean,
she's not. I don't think she'd be good for the show either.
I mean, she might. I don't know. I've never really seen her.
She's great to look at. I think she's still great to look at, but I don't know.
It's true. She is good to look at.
But here's what we'll do. In the comments below, please give us your top three. If we keep with the original format of the original show, 3 presenters. That's it. Who are your 3 presenters? Please. Let us know in the comments below.
Could be male, could be female,
doesn't matter. It doesn't even have to be.
nationality.
It doesn't even have to be Matt LeBlanc. If you were the producer and head of the show, and you were going into season 2, or I should say season 24 of this new reboot.
I mean, you got to be honest though. This is a whole different show.
Yeah.
I don't even think they'd be right calling it season 24.
I don't know. But who would you guys have? Who would you have? Lex and I, and maybe a third, like my dog?
I don't think anyone actually wants me and you. You
No.
and I.
No.
But maybe. Who knows?
I mean, what the fuck do we really know about cars?
Actually, kind of a lie.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do. That's the one subject matter that we love.
We actually have to, our channel, movies, cars, tech, gaming, insight, we have to kind of tone it back every once in a while because we always want to talk about cars.
Cars, right.
And
Yeah,
we
we
have
always.
to talk about other things.
Yeah, and in fact, we have something that we're going to be shooting after this episode. After recording this episode, we're going to be recording something else. And that's a secret surprise, so you're going to have to stay tuned for that. But it's going to be a really, really, really cool episode on cars. And historic in nature, I think, a little bit, So...
Historic. I like that.
Yeah.
Prestigious.
Well, prestigious, yeah. So it's going to be an interesting episode on a very, very special car. And that's it. So as far as Top Gear, we without the finishing of the season, without the season being over yet, I'm giving it an F.
F.
I'm giving it an F. There was one section of one episode that I loved, and that was the Ken Block going around the city of London. That was crazy, great, loved it, spot on, reminded me. And anytime Chris Harris, of all the players, I think Chris Harris is the best for me. He's my favorite. He's my favorite presenter because he hasn't changed the way he reviews cars from how he was before he was on Top Gear, when he was with the Drive channel or any of these other internet channels that support cars. Chris Harris was a known auto journalist before he ever was on Top Gear, and he hasn't changed missed a beat. He's still the great.
Maybe even some of these internet these YouTube guys with Supercars of London, Shmee 150. These guys could do good on Top Gear. Do well on Top Gear.
Yeah. I could definitely see the guy from Supercars of London doing well.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why not?
So that's a little shout out to Supercars of London and Shmee 150.
I know you have no idea who we are, but good job.
We love your show.
Yeah.
And we think they're pretty cool. So
we'll put links to them in the bottom or whatever.
One day we might meet them.
One day.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Collaborate. So on that note,
thanks for watching.
Thanks
please
for watching, guys.
Like and subscribe, please. Our goal is trying to get to 100 subscribers. We're at 61 right now.
Yeah.
So, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
I'm glad you have a drink this time.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah. Lose the sunglasses.
Fuck you.
See?